Some houses are always the bridesmaid and never the bride. They get showing after showing after showing, but no offers. And that was certainly the case on this listing, as I'd been sitting for 5.5 months before my sellers gave me a call and said, Katie, we want you to sell this house. And I'm about to tell you how we got them a full price offer, waived inspection, and a giant non-refundable earnest money deposit here in just a second. Hi, I'm Katie Criddle with Point3 Real Estate, a local realtor here in Maple Valley, Washington, and the surrounding areas, helping sellers sell their home and buyers find their dream home for many, many years. If you are interested, feel free to subscribe. We talk a lot about what's going on in Maple Valley and the surrounding areas. I'd love to see you again and again. All right, let's dive in. Okay, so the sellers called me after sitting on the market for about 5.5 months. During that time, they did get an offer, but it was contingent, and they waited it out for the 45 days, and then they decided they did not want to wait anymore, so they called me, and here's what we did. First of all, had the house cleared out, got rid of some of the things that they had left behind, and then it had it completely staged. I'm in the basement right now. We had the basement, we had the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, 4 bedrooms, everything, top to bottom, staged with the beautiful, beautiful furniture. Now this house is a $2 million house, and so it was worth it to put that expense in, because homes that are staged just sell so much quicker and feel so much better. Then we had professional photography, and I'm talking like the best photography. Twilight shots, drone shots. We are on 5 acres of beautiful treed landscape. So I wanted that drone way up in the air, looking at the trees, looking at the views, because you just can't catch it on the ground. One of the shots I also wanted to make sure that we got this gorgeous twilight shot, which ended up being our very first picture to get people interested in the listing. You want to show them eye candy, you want to show them what's interesting, you want to show them, hey, look, this house is exclusive, it's amazing, it's gated, you want to live here. And that's also how then we looked at our marketing remarks. Marketing remarks aren't just a description of what's in the house. Everybody knows how many bedrooms, everybody knows how many bathrooms. What is it? What story do we want to tell through the marketing remarks to make someone intrigued into buying the house? Once we get them here, then we can show them all the details. Next, we put together a beautiful professional video, which you can also find here on my YouTube page. It's wonderful. Each of the listings also has a landing page. So once we get it up and going on the website, they can share the landing page, they can share the social media, they can do all those things to all those people. And then we had open houses. Sometimes open houses go really well, sometimes they don't, but we had a lot of activity. And the thing about open houses is sometimes they're a hit and sometimes they're a miss, and it really depends on the house. Where this home is really exclusive and buyers in this price range aren't always actively looking on the market. They might take 1, 2, 3, 4 years. So allowing them a space without their realtor to come through, come see it, maybe get intrigued, and then fall in love with the house is what we're looking for. And we had several people come through that did that. Another thing we do is called silent talkers. These are throughout the entire house, and they are telling key points that if the seller or I were walking a buyer through the house, are going to build value, are going to give them a tour of the house. But I'm not here, and neither is the seller when the buyer walks through with their agents. So these cards provide that tour, that additional information, build value that they might not know or see otherwise. These are really, really important. Then, as it is in real estate, sometimes things sit for a little while. The luxury market tends to be a little slower at times. We got an influx of activity all at the same time. Through some good negotiations and a few offers, we were able to negotiate a full price offer for the sellers, waived inspection, and a giant non-refundable earnest money deposit straight into their bank account. Now, this doesn't always happen in every listing, but my goal is to put every house in the best position possible, to sell it for the most, to meet the seller's needs, to get them where they want to go on time. And these sellers had already had enough, and they were done. And we got it done. So another big factor when taking over a listing that's been sitting on the market for 5.5 months is, what is the price? Because there is a huge chance it was priced way too high. Now this one was priced in the spring a little higher, then they lowered it to $2 million. And when we looked at the listing, I said, you know what, we're gonna stick with that. We decided together to price it at $2 million, and all we changed was the marketing. Pictures, photos, the staging, all of that. And we were able to get that for the seller for $2 million. I just wanna say I am super excited for my sellers and for the buyers who are going to be moving into this beautiful house any day. If you have questions about our process or marketing or what we can do for your house, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is below, and have a great day. Thank you.